chat.
Okay.
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 And oop.
Love her. Should we do taste test first or
What does beer mean to you
fascinating
in your
topics
life?
first? Well,
Fascinating topics, yeah.
so super beer first.
You want to just jump straight into it?
Yeah.
Okay, I think first we should talk about packaging. Aesthetics.
Yeah. So we're doing a taste test. Coors Light versus Bud Light. Now, we like Michelob Ultra.
Which is probably exactly the same as these two, but
Right.
we'll see.
But we're doing the fascinating taste test. It's Pepsi versus Coke in 1986, honey. But we lie Michelob. The C's and the K's are coming hard right now, honey. Are difficult to come back. But we like Michelob Ultra. Why?
You know what? When you and I started dating, this is what you always had in your fridge.
Yeah.
And I never had beer at my house.
Ah.
So this is what you've been drinking for as long as I've known you.
What did you have?
I hardly ever had alcohol at my house when we first started dating.
Oh. I'm sorry, Liz
No.
Fisher.
I imbibed another,
Yes.
what's the word? Anyway.
Vices.
Other vices.
I was like Michelob Ultra because it's low calorie, and all light beers are low calorie essentially. 95 calories and 2.6 carbohydrates, and probably most importantly, they hired Chris, the guy
Jenner.
from Jurassic Park,
Pratt.
Chris Pratt, as their spokesman.
Michelob Ultra did?
What was the first last name you gave me?
Kris Jenner.
Like Caitlyn Jenner?
Like of the Kardashian matriarch.
Which one's... Oh, right. Oh,
AKA
yes.
my hero.
K-R-I-S as
Yeah.
opposed to C-H-R-I-S.
Chris Pratt did commercials for Michelob Ultra?
Yes. And so I'm all about that celebrity endorsement, honey. Once a celebrity gets onto a product, I'm all about that life. Well, it made me think of back in the day, Nick Lachey in Newlyweds.
Always drank Miller Lite.
Correct.
Yeah.
And they had some sort of deal where he would open their refrigerator in Calabasas, California, and it would just be littered with Miller Lite everywhere. So they had some sort of deal with Miller Lite where Miller Lite said, we're going to keep your fridge stocked. And so they would get the plugs in the show. And he was a fit dude. Like, obviously very good looking, and he stayed in shape. He ran on the treadmill in their garage in Calabasas, California. So from Nick Lachey to Chris Pratt, he needs to stay in shape for his crappy Jurassic Park movies.
Park number 8.
And Guardians of the Galaxy. The dinosaurs are loose, honey. They're going crazy, and he's got to run away from them. There's a chase scene on a mountain, maybe involving fire. So I've always liked Ultra, and another thing I like about Michelob Ultra, first of all, the name Ultra. It's different than Plus. Everything is
Light. Michelob Light.
Yeah.
Lame.
Yeah. I'm not out here. I'm a real man, and light ain't no real masculine.
You're ultra. You're an ultra man. Is there such thing as regular Michelob?
Sure.
I have no idea.
I'm not sure.
I've never seen it.
But it's better than Michelob Plus. Like, everything's plus now. Apple
Disney
TV Plus, Disney Plus, Paramount Plus.
Ugh.
What about give me some Ultra?
Disney Ultra.
That
Way
feels
better.
So much more masculine and manly. Anyways, and then one more thing was that A lot of people say it tastes like water or close to water.
What?
Or it's like you're drinking water. And I'm like, good. Water nourishes the soul. First of all, it keeps you hydrated. Okay.
It's the source of all life here on Earth.
You should be drinking 90 ounces a day. And on the other hand, I don't like the taste of beer.
I hate the taste of beer.
It's disgusting.
Guinness, terrible. Hi,
Yeah.
son. Bye, son.
These people out here who go on and on about this is an IPA, this is a
Oh.
stout, this is a Hefeweizen, this is a sour. And I'm like, well, in the 19 minutes you've been talking about beer, you could have been drunk already, drinking beer. Like, I don't understand that whole vibe.
I want my beer to be see-through.
Yeah.
I want it to look like a cream soda.
Mm.
I don't want this heavy, thick, molasses-esque.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
I don't want it to taste like hops or wheat.
Yeah.
I want it
Wheat.
to taste like nothing.
Right. I'm here for the alcohol. I'm not here for the craftsmanship or craft brewery. Micro brews. Okay, great.
The thing that you do sacrifice with these light beers is
Yeah.
the alcohol by volume is lower,
Ah,
but you just drink a few more and then
Right.
you're on the same page.
it's like, did we mention the low carb, low alcohol, and a lot of these beers that are stouts or IPAs or Guinness, they're a few hundred calories, several hundred calories.
It's like drinking a milkshake.
Yeah, many carbs, and I don't want that. I want to get the effect of alcohol. I don't need to romanticize it like food. It's not food, okay? It's a beverage, people. Can we all calm down? Okay, so what are we doing today, honey? We have we drink Michelob Ultra. We love it says here on the bottle, superior light beer. Never mind the CKs I was missing earlier. What about the EERs I'm missing right now?
Eat.
But,
So when it comes to beer,
yeah.
I think Budweiser is obviously like the most well known.
Would you deem it the king of beers? Yes.
They've got those Clydesdale horses in their ads that
Yes.
are popular at the halftime football program.
Yes, sure.
And then Coors Light, I think, is perhaps equally well known.
Yeah.
Would you say?
Well, think about their marketing. So Coors Light is
Snowy
guy-
mountains.
Snowy Mountain, and it's a guy in a Carhartt jacket with some gray in his hair, and he's walking on a snowy mountain.
Very manly.
Yeah, and he says, "Hey, Coors Light." But then the Bud Light marketing advertising is all about urban, city, nightclub.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I picture like a ranch in Wyoming because I picture those Clydesdale horses.
Well, that's Budweiser, but they need to market the Bud Light.
Bud Light, you're
to,
right.
A very multiracial, multi-ethnic
You're
group
right.
of people going out to the club, honey, and being very city. Lots of buildings happening,
Okay.
nightclubs and whatnot. Attractive, young.
Yeah, and
urban
Coors
life.
Light is like the outdoorsy.
Right.
Like
Well, it has the logo, mountains.
yeah, they're the label on their beer bottle. It's literally some mountains.
Right. Mountains, you said.
Mm-hmm.
You're pronouncing the T when I can barely screech out the EER. And I think Coors Light, I think of their song Rocky Mountain High, Colorado.
Sing it.
I just did. Rocky
This-
Mountain High.
Once more with feeling.
Yeah. Do you remember John Denver,
Oh, sure.
the country singer? He died
Country
in a plane.
road, mountain road.
Yeah,
Country home, take me home.
He died in a plane crash.
Mm-hmm.
And then I remember my friend in college, Adam Pobner, and this is when John Denver died in a plane crash. We used to have answering machines, honey, and you would have an introduction on your answering machine.
How fun. Yes, I remember
"Hey,
that.
This is Lennox. I'm not home right now. Please leave me a message. Beep.
Oh, those were so fun.
Yeah.
Me and my brothers used to like re-record all the time in the family one.
Yeah.
And, like,
take 3, take 4,
being
take 68.
silly, singing, like unintelligible, just laughing.
I know.
We drove my mom crazy, I
now
think.
everyone just does the machine. Please leave your message after.
Yeah. No more personalization with
Yeah.
the answering machine.
Yeah. Well, because people hate voicemails. Like, if you say you go away to Spain for 8 weeks and then you come home.
Relatable, yes.
And you have 14 voice. Are you supposed to listen to all 14 messages and write down, oh, Carolyn from Log Off Brewing called. Eddie from Ramos Oil called, and then write down their...
Send a text.
It's a whole deal. So Adam Pobner.
Oh, right.
My college roommate and high school friend, who I love. John Denver just died. And one of his famous songs is Rocky Mountain High, Colorado. So he did his answering machine on a cassette tape, Lennox, after John Denver died. Him and his roommates, the answering machine, you call up, ring, 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 and then it would go to the answering machine message, and one of them would sang Rocky Mountain High, Colorado, and then a goofball in the background. Remember, he died in a plane crash. So a goofball of someone who didn't take death seriously, honey. Rocky Mountain High, Colorado. And then one of his roommates said,
Oh my gosh.
And that was
Jeez.
the answering machine introduction to
Why so heartless?
Adam Pope. Because
it's still too soon for that.
When you're young, honey, you go for the jugular. You say things people don't think. So Coors Light, Mountain, Bud Light.
We're bringing it back to the focus. Oh my gosh.
Lennox.
What was that?
When? I'm not doing that. What do you think I am? Crazy?
Let's start with the Bud Light, honey.
Okay.
Because alphabetical order. B. B comes before C. To us. Wait. Let's open the Coors Light also so we can do one. So we can do a taste test.
Ow!
Here, I'm really...
You know what? The Coors Light lid is pokey. It's hard and pokey. I couldn't open it with my bare hand.
I opened it in...
Well, I opened the Bud Light just fine.
2 seconds.
All
Are you saying Bud Light or Coors Light is misogynist?
I think it's more manly. That's definitely so far.
I lift, honey.
Okay.
I'm really strong. Okay, so let's go Bud Light and then...
Should we sniff it like wine tasting? You swirl it.
I sense some cedar.
Notes of amber.
But let's go Bud Light and then Coors Light quickly.
Wait, don't you need like a palate cleanser in between? Like sniff some coffee beans? Eat a piece of cheese or something?
No. Well, we don't have coffee beans. We have coffee grounds in our cupboard, but we don't have cheese. Oh.
Bud Light, here we go.
Bud Light.
Wait, you're chasing it? That's an...
I've made my decision.
So you basically mix the two together in your mouth, honey.
Shh. I had no other option. I made my decision. And by the way, I bought these 12 packs for $10, less than $1 each. If you buy a bottled Bud Light in a bar, you're paying at least $3. On the high end, $5 to $6.
Just drink at home, people.
The profit margin, right? Drink at home. Walk to the bar. I've made my decision.
So have I.
I feel like Gordon Ramsay. I made my decision.
One of you is going home tonight.
One of you beers I'm going to throw out the window through the screen.
Let's say it on 3. Ready?
Through the screen door. We're going to say which one we prefer?
Yeah.
Okay.
1, 2.
Wait, are we going to say 3 and then go? Or are we going to 3 and then go?
1, 2, 3. Say it.
So there's going to be a beat.
Yeah.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Bud Light.
Oh, shoot.
It's a bit sweeter. Sweeter.
Yeah?
Coors Light was like more heavy.
Yeah.
More musky.
Sure.
It's more manly.
Oh. So more like me. I lift. I would say Bud Light is just more palatable.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm sorry, Liz Fisher.
There's something a wee bit harsher about the Coors Light flavor.
That's where I'm going, yeah. The Bud Light is just smoother.
Yeah.
Again, it's like, yeah. It's like water. But I think that's a positive when it comes to light beer. Go on and on about your Guinness and your IPAs, bro. I've already drinking 6 Bud Lights and I'm way ahead of you. I'm having a better time than you.
So Bud Light, write us, sponsor us, pay us for this advertisement.
Yeah, no, we're not for
Making
sale.
money.
We're not for sale. Actually, a couple people have slid into my DMs, honey.
Say what?
And they've said, can we give you money? Can we pay for the pod? Can we somehow compensate you for all this scintillating broadcasting work that we're producing here? And I said no. Because when you throw money into the mixture, it fucks it up, for lack of a better word.
Censor that.
It changes things.
Yeah.
And you know what else didn't have advertising money? All albums by the Beatles, Lennox.
Wait, what?
Okay.
Elaborate on that.
The Beatles never took money from beer or cars or
Are Beatles
cellular
songs?
telephones. Yeah.
Who owns the Beatles songs? Michael Jackson?
Sure, Apple Corpse.
But they're not used in commercials? Or are they now? Are you unprepared to elaborate on this topic that you brought up?
Yes, but I mean, back in the day,
okay,
on I Want to Hold Your Hand, they didn't say, I want to hold your hand while drinking a Bud Light. Whereas, if you go to Drake with a couple $1 million, he'd be like, oh yeah, Busta Rhymes, pass the Cavassier. Remember that club jam in 2002? Okay, I was at Glass Cat with Matthew Furuzawa. Lennox, where were you? He wasn't born yet. What happened to the rom-com, honey? So, Matthew Perry, Salma Hayek, Fools Rush In.
Fools Rush In, 1997.
Yeah.
One of my favorite rom-coms of the 1990s.
Yeah.
I watched it so many times on VHS.
Yeah. And what happened to that genre, that movie? So, Fools Rush In, I would throw The Whole 9 Yards in there, another Matthew Perry vehicle with Bruce Willis, and they made a sequel. It was so successful and so funny. They made a whole 10 Yards. But Reese Witherspoon,
Cameron Diaz, Julia Roberts.
They built their careers on the whimsical rom-com, early to mid-90s. And you don't see that anymore.
I know. I really miss this genre.
Yeah.
And I want us to sit down and have like a 90s rom-com marathon. You're not down for it, though.
No.
I know.
It happened. It was a time in our lives. Let's try to move on. Well, everything is Marvel or the Batman or Top Cruise Maverick. Everything is giant blockbuster visual spectacles. But the rom-com, the low-key, here's some... And we watched The Lost City with Sandra Bullock and Channing Tatum, which was the formula of
Sandra
a rom-com.
Bullock had rom-coms.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She was
While
also
You Were Sleeping is one of
queen.
my favorite movies of the 90s, too.
With Bill Pullman. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Was that Bill Pullman?
Yeah. It wasn't Bill Paxton.
The dad with the eyebrows from Orange County. The OC.
Well, I think of him as the president in Independence Day, honey.
Oh, that's Bill Pullman, yeah.
This is our Independence Day. He's dead. Rest in power. But the rom-com, the light silly fluff romantic comedy is gone. Matthew McConaughey, Failure to Launch. Kate Hudson, ever hear of it? How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Jennifer Lopez also had a ton of successful rom-coms in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Do you think that...
The one where she played Made in Manhattan.
Do you think that, like, movie companies are just chasing a profit? So it's like...
Yeah.
International properties, comic book movies, action.
Yeah, that stuff doesn't translate in different countries.
Yeah, and the rom-com really, it's more of an, like, you mentioned the whole 9 yards and the whole 10 yards, but that's rare for a rom-com to get a sequel.
Yeah.
Isn't the whole 9 yards a rom-com? I never saw it. Okay. Yeah. But, like, all of these are just individual films. Yeah. There's no, you can't build, like, you can't build a franchise off of any of these. So I guess our movie companies not interested. Like, they just want franchises. Yeah. So it kind of died with that.
And international appeal. The whole 9 yards was rom-com-y, more comedy. But let's be honest, it wasn't that funny. But you throw Matthew Perry and Bruce Willis into a wacky movie, it was gonna sell.
They're
in the late 90s.
Unlikely duo. But they're both appealing in their own way.
Right. It was like the precursor to Analyze This and
Analyze That.
That. What happened to rom-coms? We have a spider on the inside of one of our windows. So we have a glass window, and then there's a screen there. And somehow this spider got into the inside of the screen. So it's between the screen and our glass window.
Yes. It's betwixt the two.
Yeah. And it's a diabolical looking spider.
It has pincers.
It has what?
Pincers.
Yeah, I would say claws or
who the heck knows?
It has these things. It has its usual legs, but also has teeth that constantly like
it's
scary AF.
It's really creepy. And it's been trapped between our screen and our glass.
Yeah.
For about 4 days.
Yeah. And we Googled it, and a spider without food can live for
30 to 60 days.
Yeah.
And with food, it can live for up to 2 years.
Right.
So I thought originally, I was like, it's going to either find a little hole and climb out to the outside world, or it's going to just die of starvation.
Right.
It's still going strong. It's been 4 days.
Right.
So it can't get out. And it's getting sustenance, probably, maybe.
Yeah, well, because gnats and vermin and various insects, they make their way through the screen, or just I don't know. How did that spider even freaking get there? I have no idea. But it can get food. So if it can have food, it can live for years.
It's our new pet. So what are we going to do? Are we going to...
Claws. No.
Pincers.
Okay.
You say open the window and you're going to kill it.
Oh, yeah.
I say open the window and let our cat Frankie attack and eat it.
Right.
Like he attacked and ate a housefly last week.
Yeah. And I think if he eats that thing, because that thing looks... insidious.
It's gnarly.
It's going to do things to his digestion, his stomach.
It's going to rip up his esophagus as it goes down.
It's going to be dropping diarrhea bombs on our carpet, honey.
Oh, dear. We don't need that.
And I will kill it. I don't know how to kill it because it's against a screen. It's not like if it's on a wall, you just...
Lennox, how do we kill the spider?
Vacuum.
That's what I said, vacuum, but I think it will live inside the vacuum.
Yeah.
That's not going to kill it.
You want a spider inside a vacuum, he'll find a way out. He'll end up in your room.
I know, it's so difficult.
Oh,
what if we open the window?
So open the window?
Yeah.
Get like one of these bottles or something.
Yeah.
Put it in there.
One of these bottles.
And then
That's not a bad idea.
Close.
Open the window, put like a cup up against it, trap it in the cup.
You're not the Terminix man, are you?
Who?
The Orkin man. My idea is I will open the glass window and I will punch out this window screen to the street. It will stay intact.
The spider's going to fly out and it's going to land in our house.
No. It will be on the street because I will punch the screen out to the street.
Okay.
And it will either fly away or be airborne in some, or when the screen hits the street, it will run away because it will be like, what the hell's going on? And then I'll just grab the screen and bring it back up here.
Yeah. Let's do that tonight. I want you to punch out the screen tonight.
Okay.
Free the spider.
I will.
What do you think, Len?
I like my cup idea more.
What?
He likes his cup idea more.
The cup idea would be better.
Disagree.
You're gonna break the window.
Lennox, are you excited? In a few days, you're going to fly on an airplane.
Yes, queen.
Tell us about what you're excited for and what you're scared for your very first airplane trip.
I'm excited for the airplane.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty general. Okay.
Um.
Are you excited to be airborne?
Yes. I just said that. Okay.
Are you excited because I told you get a free cup of soda and pretzels?
Not really.
Are you scared at all?
No.
Do you know what turbulence is?
Ooh.
No.
Turbulence is when you're in an airplane and the wind is really strong and it knocks the plane up and down.
Yeah.
It's kind of scary.
It shakes and
it goes up and down and woo, it's like being in a roller coaster.
You're like, this is the end.
I'm gonna die.
No.
Alrighty.
When you land, Lennox, in Salt Lake, that's where he's going. Be sure to clap. I do that. I give a few applauses. Well, these assholes out here at movies clap. Okay, no, that's stupid. But when you clap on a plane ride and you land, you're like, we're safe.
That's also stupid.
Thank you, pilot.
Do you think the pilot can hear you?
No.
Well, that's stupid.
It's a communal moment that you survived this flight with a bunch of rando strangers.
That's why it's stupid in movie theaters, because the actor and the director can't hear you. But the pilot can't hear you either.
But it's more like, hello, my friendly neighbor in seat B.
What if they think it's stupid? It's just embarrassing.
Tell them to go to hell. Tell them to suck it. The takeoff.
Takeoff is so fun.
It's also unnerving.
Do you know how a takeoff works in an airplane, Lennox?
No.
You go really fast, and then the pilot tilts the nose up, and then with the wings and the jets and all that, you soar into the air. So
at first it feels like you're just driving really fast in a car.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden it starts to go, woo, and you can literally feel becoming airborne as you go into the sky. It's so fun. I'm so excited for you.
But, and you soar up, but then there's always that dip where like they kind of, I don't know what happens. I'm not an airline mechanic, Lennox. Do I look like an airline pilot to you?
No.
But there's this, you're soaring and then it pauses for a couple seconds and either the pilot resets something or they start turning right or they start turning left, but you're like, what happened to the engines? Essentially.
It's weird. It's like kind of in an elevator when you feel like you're kind of suspended.
Yeah. Okay,
are you bored?
Yes. You guys won't let me talk.
Come here. Please talk.
You guys want to stop talking?
We're telling you about the dip. We're just saying don't freak out. Don't be scared.
Let the boy talk.
Perfectly natural.
What's on your mind?
Feelings, comments, reflections.
I want to jump out the airplane.
Alrighty. Well, that's going to the Alan Fisher conversation.
Oh, yeah.
I want to jump out of an airplane with a parachute.
Oh, with a parachute. That's good.
What do you think I am? Crazy?
Do you remember we were talking about climbing Half Dome?
I want to climb Half Dome.
And you want to go skydiving?
Yep.
With Alan Fisher, who is doing both of these activities within the next few months.
Yeah.
You're against Lennox climbing Half Dome.
I am.
You're crazy.
I think he can do it when he's like 16. Because you have to have a lot of stamina.
Yeah.
Like, it's an all-day hike. There's switchbacks. Yeah. There's a steep ascent where you're just like literally holding on to ropes.
Yeah.
And if you get tired all the adults you're going with are going to be super exhausted.
Yeah.
They're not going to be able to like help you or carry you.
I did the Yosemite hike. I did a huge Yosemite hike when I was in 7th grade. I didn't go to Half Dome because regular hiking through the mountains was more than enough for my 12-year-old chubby body to endure and handle. So I said, I'm not going to do Half Dome. But a lot of my friends and people who went on the hiking trip were 11, 12, 13, and they went.
Yeah, it's doable for a 13, 14-year-old.
But Lennox at 10.
He's 10.
Yeah.
I'm just scared, son. I think you're going to be more capable in a few years.
Yeah.
You have a little bit more muscle. Like, keep doing those curls in your bedroom with the 3-pound weights. Keep doing your push-ups.
Is Alan Fisher going to want to do it in 2 years?
No, Lennox is going to have to go with a different group. Maybe.
Ryan,
who knows?
Ryan Lewis. Yeah. Going back to the flight, because Lennox seems astounded at Half Dome. There's segments of your flight where you just see clouds outside of your window.
That's boring. I want to see the world.
Well,
yeah, you're also going to fly over some mountain ranges.
That's cool.
You're going to be flying over the Nevada desert.
You see farmland, you see houses. That's cool. But when there's clouds 3 inches from the window, you're just like, what's happening out there? Scary. It's scary, but keep it together. Trust in the pilot.
Are you going to scream and cry?
No.
No, honey.
Well, you get the flight there, and then you get the flight home. So you have 2 chances to see some really cool views.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's not too cloudy. Anything else you want to say about your upcoming trip?
No.
You're leaving California. Your first time out of California.
Yeah.
That's true.
His
I've
first
never
flight.
left the state.
Yeah. And I wanted to take him on his first flight to go see Grandma Teen, but Alan Fisher and Liz Fisher stole my thunder and are taking him to Utah on his first flight. But when you see clouds outside the window, don't freak out.
I'm not going to freak out. Why you guys keep trying to comfort me?
Because I freak out when I see clouds, okay? When I look out the window and I see clouds. Because there could be a plane that's 6 feet away and I don't know. But when you see, all you see is blue and sky and you see farmland down beneath. When I could see what's going on, I'm like, okay.
So you want a clear view of your surroundings. But they have, like, the pilots know who's around them.
Oh, yeah. Well, this makes no sense, honey. This is absolutely ridiculous. But this is just what I see or what I feel. Waiting at the gate, Lennox.
Boring.
It is boring. But
exactly.
You see the pilots and the stewardess flight attendants come through the gate. So when you see your pilot, and you'll be able to identify him. He's got some things on his shoulder.
He's got like a white
shirt.
White pants, white suit.
Yeah. So that's when you want to size up your pilot. And, have you ever seen a fat pilot? I've never seen a fat pilot.
No, I haven't.
They're all in good shape.
What's up with that?
There's a lot that's up with that, honey. But I'm not sure. But so just make sure if you want to give him a breathalyzer test, honey. I just called Lennox honey.
I call Lennox honey.
Oh, really?
No.
Well, this is a first.
I don't approve.
Okay.
But you want to make sure that your pilot isn't Denzel Washington in flight. Am I right, Lennox?
I'm always worried that the pilot has been up late the night before.
Right. Partying.
They're like coming on 3 hours of sleep.
Yeah, at the discotheque.
They're distracted.
Yeah.
I'm always worried.
So just keep an eye out when you see him. Check in. He'll walk through. Just make sure he's on the up and up. Have him recite the alphabet backwards.
Say, "Excuse me, sir. My life is in your hands."
Yes. Don't go through so many clouds and avoid turbulence at all.
Are we scaring you?
That's so much.
No.
Okay, good.
He's fine. Go for the window seat. If you need to elbow your cousin
Eli.
Well, if you need to give an elbow to his throat, get to the window seat. It's very important.
I say on the way there.
On the way there, I want to have the window seat, and then he can have the flight back.
Yeah, they can trade because there's two. There's the there and back flight, so they can take turns.
But what do you choose, honey?
At this point in my life, I don't care.
Well,
I've flown many times.
If it's possible, I always opt for window.
I prefer an aisle seat, honestly.
For bathroom or?
For bathroom, for exiting. Yeah, it's just... Next to the window, I feel more trapped. And enclosed. I don't like that feeling.
I always go for window and then obviously aisle second because the middle seat is...
The middle seat's the worst.
It's for losers, Lennox. What are you going to... So you will have a chance to drink something. The flight attendant is going to come by and be like, what would you like to drink? What's your beverage of choice?
Water.
No, it's your time to live.
Water has always been Lennox's favorite drink.
Sparkling water or regular water? Ice water?
Still water his whole life.
What are they going to give me?
Well, you have...
Like any choice of soda or orange juice, apple juice, hot chocolate.
Orange Fanta.
Oh, yeah. Well, orange soda they have, I'm sure. Do you want water or orange soda?
Soda.
Do you want ice with that?
No.
Would you like a bag of pretzels, sir?
No.
I don't think they have orange Fanta.
I think they have like Sunkissed.
Okay.
Or Great Value orange soda.
I don't approve.
Mandarin orange slice.
He didn't pay for this. No name brand.
What if... Can he order caffeine or do your parents frown upon that or would they care?
I don't know.
Get a
I don't want caffeine.
He don't want caffeine.
What? You always want to drink a Bang. Oh, that's Luna.
I do like bangs though.
See? Ask for a Bang. Ask for...
A Red Bull.
What do you have there? A Red Bull and vodka. Ask for that. But they'll give you... When I was a young man, honey, planes gave you some peanuts.
Yeah.
And once in a while, you would get honey roasted peanuts, which was a super treat. But now they go with the low end pretzels, which are the worst snack ever.
True.
But so they'll give you some pretzels. I never eat mine. I bring them to whatever destination and then probably throw them in the trash. But you're gonna go with the orange carbonated beverage and grab your pretzels, and bring them home to me. I'll eat them.
I remember my first flight, which was from Sacramento to Los Angeles. Okay. It was on Southwest, and they gave, I don't know if they gave everybody, or I don't know if it was just like first-time flyers, but I was like 14, 13, 12, I forget. And they gave me a little set of wings, and it said Southwest Airlines.
That's cool.
Yeah, no way they do that anymore.
They don't do that
This
anymore.
is like 1996.
Yeah. And even back in the day, they would give you the option, like, do you want peanuts or pretzels? Peanuts or pretzels. But peanuts are way too high-end or expensive. Pretzels are just super cheap and crappy, did I mention? So go with your orange carbonated beverage and then bring home the pretzels to me. And yeah, I'll snack on them. The biggest piece of advice I would say is don't think about it like logically. Like
I think everyone struggles with that.
Yeah, you'll think about it constantly, but don't think about it constantly. It's a constant back and forth juxtaposition.
I still don't understand how airplanes work, or boats, or cameras, or the internet,
cars, Wi-Fi. Yes.
Everything's a mystery to me.
Yeah. But you're hurtling through the air in a metal tube, 30,000 feet in the air with a bunch of rando strangers who you never met.
There's like 2 inches of plastic between you and the stratosphere.
And most importantly, this trip, a round trip costs $180 or whatever. Like, this doesn't make sense. Like, like this is very cheap. And yet I'm flying. Don't focus on it.
Good. So after the flight, super exciting, you're going to be in Utah.
Yeah.
I have no idea what to do there.
Well,
I've never been there. I don't know
Liz and Alan will provide you with activities. He's going to zip line, is that right?
They're going to go up to Park City.
Yes.
They're going to do some zip lining, some adventurous outings. That's the plan. You're going to stay in a hotel. Hotels are always fun.
Oh, yeah.
I think there's an indoor pool.
Take in about 16 hours of diners, drive-ins, and dives, Lennox.
You're going to go to some restaurants.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for you.
Yeah. We're going to miss you.
I probably won't miss you guys.
Oh, right. He's taking off Monday. He'll be back Thursday. Is that
We're dropping him off at grandparents' house Sunday.
Right.
But they're going to spend the night. They fly out Monday.
Right.
And then he comes home Thursday.
He'll be back in our confines Thursday
evening.
Yeah.
So you're not going to miss your mother?
Nope.
All right.
All right. Are you going to miss your stepdad?
No.
Are you going to miss your cat?
Yes.
Are you going to miss your sister?
No.
Are you going to miss your Switch?
Yes.
He gets to bring his Switch and his phone with him.
Oh, well.
Grandma said make sure, actually, she's like, make sure they pack their electronics, but it's going to be limited.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They just want them to have something to do, like, in their downtime.
There's going to be downtime. So, thoughts, feelings, comments, reflections on the entire vacation?
No. There's nothing really to comment about.
Well, we spent 25 minutes on it.
How about we reconvene a week from today, next Friday? Yeah. You'll be home, and you can tell us all about your trip and your flight.
Yeah, I want to tell the pod about it.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah, take notes. Think of anything pod-worthy. Internet gold. That's what we're doing.
Thoughts, feelings, reflections, concerns.
Notes,
fears.
ideas, observations, hot takes. You got anything?
No.
All right.
You will in a week.
Lennox.
Yes, I will.
A box of Yoo-Hoo goes into the trash or the recycling?
Recycling.
Good boy. Even though you put it in the trash sometimes. But it's all about from here. Going forward. Mm-hmm. We're not looking back.
You live and you learn.
Yeah.
Now that you know better, you do better.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
And you learned to throw a football.
I did.
Who taught you?
Da Vinci.
That's me.
Da Vinci.
Da Vinci. You're more Brett Favre than Tom Brady, which is fine. But as long as you're not Ryan Leaf.
Who?
As long as you're not Neil O'Donnell, Lennox.
Who?
Tim Couch.
How about Joe Montana?
He's not quite there yet. Lennox and I were at the pool. We were in the jacuzzi, or as rapper David Banner calls it, the koozie. And Lennox and I are sitting there in the koozie, and I look over at him and I say, I feel like Al Pacino in Scarface.
Who?
And he looks at me and he says, who? Alrighty. Well, it's a dated reference, but it's a reference. That's all I got, Lennox. It's like Dixie D'Amelio on TikTok.
Who?
Anyways.
Just
all right.
kidding.
So Bud Light over Coors Light.
Yep.
Lennox, super excited for his trip. We'll pot about it when we get back. The rom-com, what happened there?
Bring it back.
Yeah. Bring back the 90s rom-com in 2023. And then the last note I have is Kardashians. Listen, I was on the socials, Lennox, and there was people hating. What did the Kardashians do? They're not talented for anything. The Kim tape. Who buys their stuff? No one buys their stuff. I've never watched a second. And I was like, Lennox, cover your ears. I said, fuck you all, okay? Because I love the Kardashians. We watched their Hulu show.
That's your second F word of the show, by the way.
There was one off episode where she was trying to free a bunch of guys on death row, which was like, okay, we get it, Kim. You're You're a lawyer. But I love I don't know why I love the Kardashians, but I do. I'm into them. And if you could pinpoint why we're into Kardashians, why Lennox is into anime, why Luna is watching a bunch of Bar Rescue right now, I don't know. But people just like things, okay?
The heart wants what it wants.
Yeah.
Okay.
So don't be hating.
Lennox, plug your ears again.
Yes.
I get really irritated when I see people on Twitter, etc., saying like, I can't believe the Kardashians got so famous from Kim's sex tape. It was so boring and lame.
The tape was boring and lame?
Yeah.
All right.
Because that's not why
Ray J was in it. He's an R&B Lothario. Yes.
That is not why they got famous.
Okay.
The family's charisma and Kris Jenner's mastermind is why they're famous. And it's very redundant. It's very, like, short-sighted and simpleton-minded to claim that
the tape helped. Kardashian being a lawyer for O.J. Simpson helped?
No.
No?
The family's charisma as a whole helped. Perhaps their like friendship with Ryan Seacrest helped to get them on the air originally.
Right.
But the longevity has been their charisma as a whole and Kris Jenner's mastermind.
Yeah. I don't look at the genesis. Why did that?
I just hate when people like are like, this is ridiculous. Yeah. Why are they famous? Like,
they are.
They're famous because they're awesome.
And we're dealing with it. And we're out here. And as I say on TikTok, Lennox, it's a vibe. Okay?
Lennox, who's your favorite Kardashian / Jenner?
I don't know. I don't watch the Kardashians. Only when I'm hungry and I come out to eat and I watch it with you guys because I'm forced to.
Right.
It's excellent. It's a soap opera. It's entertainment. It's nonsense. But we love it, and who cares? And another pod, we like talked about the Kardashians for 25 minutes at the end. And I listened to it. I was like, this is a lot about the Kardashians. So I'm gonna cut it off here.
Okay, that's wise.
We freaking love them. Why? I don't know. Okay, if you could bottle why people like things, you would be a gajillionaire tomorrow. But people don't know. Things just happen.
Sometimes love is mysterious.
Yeah.
It's indescribable.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, let's rate Machine Gun Kelly, Pete Davidson, and Travis Barker. Travis Barker is obviously at the bottom.
These three strange, unattractive white guys. Let's do it.
But Pete Davidson versus Machine Gun Kelly, who is more attractive, honey?
Machine Gun Kelly.
Absolutely. Okay. Do you agree, Lennox?
Sure.
All right.
Who's next?
I don't know. In terms of what?
I thought we were rating three guys.
That's all I got.
Okay.
That's all I got. I went to the dentist. And a lot of people, there's that meme of the caption is me before the dentist, and then the picture is a toothbrush with a half a tube of toothpaste on the toothbrush. Me before the dentist. So you're trying to impress the dentist. All of a sudden you're brushing your teeth and flossing. But I was like, no. Dental is paying my dentist $1,200 an hour, Lennox, to look at my teeth. So if there's an olive remnants back there in my tooth, you're making your paper, okay? You're making $1,200 an hour to get that olive out of my tooth.
You went to work today.
Yes.
You left at like 7:15 in the morning.
Yeah.
You went to work. You worked till noon.
Yeah.
At noon, you went straight to the dentist.
I ate, I snacked, I lived my life. I know.
Bro. You drank a bang.
Yeah.
You didn't come home and brush your teeth.
Correct.
Before going, and I was shocked by this decision.
Did I mention the $1,200 that $1,000 an hour they're making from which is the best? I think $1,000 an hour is better for the clickbait.
Okay.
For the headline.
My dentist makes $1,000 an hour.
Yeah, then $1,200. You're like $1,200. They make over $1,000 an hour to look at my teeth. I ain't gonna be out here flossing and brushing my teeth.
It's a bold choice to go to the dentist without brushing your teeth.
Thank you.
I admire it.
And then the other thing is I can't understand my... She's not my dentist. She's my
dental assistant?
Who does the periodontist? Who does the deep clean?
I don't know.
Hygienist. I can't understand her. Okay? She's dainty...
Eastern European woman?
Right, in her 50s or 60s. And it's a bunch of... And I just nod and say, okay. So I missed a bunch of stuff, but I don't know what to... And she's wearing a mask, obviously, which is fine. I mean, I'm an anti-masker, Lennox. But that's what dentists do. They've worn masks my entire life.
Yeah.
But she's also lilting, Lilting, dainty, older European gal. So I can't understand her. Mm-hmm. And so I just nod. Like when you go to the oil change place and they say, you need a Johnson rod. And I just nod, oh, a Johnson rod.
Yeah.
So she says I need a water pick, honey.
Okay.
Which is quite pricey. But I hear they're on sale at Costco. Speaking of oil change, you went to Meineke, and for an oil change, $25 process. And their final estimate was $900, right? You laugh, but it's the truth.
Well, okay, they did the oil change, and then they're like, we discovered all this other stuff wrong with your car.
There's so much going on, yeah.
Yeah, so they send me a list of problems, and I'm supposed to accept or decline.
Yeah.
So I decline. And then the guy calls me on my phone. And he says, hey.
This was after Top Gun or before?
Before Top Gun.
Top Gun 2.
He says, hey, you've got a coolant leak.
Coolant
leak. This is very serious.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't want to decline this.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, fine, do it.
Yeah.
So what they do is they do a $200 diagnostic just to determine exactly where this alleged leak is coming from.
Right, which they hook your car up to a computer. I'm sure it takes 40 seconds. Yes.
Mm-hmm. So they're like, we called them after Top Gun 2.
Yeah.
To see what's up.
Best movie ever.
And sure enough, my coolant tank has a leak, and it's going to cost $900 to fix.
Well, it was a litany of charges.
Well, yeah, that wasn't the only thing wrong.
Yeah.
Everything was wrong.
Yeah.
But you're like, I don't trust Meineke.
Right.
So we paid for the oil change. We paid for the $200 diagnostic, and then went home, didn't fix anything.
Yeah.
And we decided we're going to call our local West Sacramento mechanic.
Yes.
Just down the road.
Fids. Auto Smog and Tune Fidel. That's what I call him. That's what those close to him call him. Fidel. Uncle Fidel is what Lennox calls him. And we took you took your car there, and they did the same thing. The diagnostic was $150 or $2?
$150.
So it was cheaper diagnostic, and then they discovered one problem.
Nothing. There's no problem.
Oh.
No, he's like, you don't have a leak. Everything's fine. Your car is in fantastic shape.
Yeah.
The additional expense was because I needed a smog test because I got my...
Oh, right. You got
I just got my DMV renewal, and I'm due for a smog test.
So you paid $200.
Yeah.
Yeah. $150 for diagnostic.
Yeah.
$50 for smog test. Whereas Meineke was $900.
To fix something that didn't exist? Right. A problem that didn't exist?
Yeah. Well, I think they go through the checklist. I don't know if anything in cities is happening, but I think they go through a checklist, and if a hose is worn, not 100%, they say, "Oh, this hose needs to be replaced." Whereas a real mechanic or a Uncle Fidel would look at it and be like, that's wear and tear. Yeah. It's going to last another 15 years.
Actually, there was a couple things he pointed out, because in addition to that, I asked the guy at Fids, we're going on a road trip in a month.
Yeah. Can
you just do like an all-over check on like the battery, all of the belts and the wire, like just make sure everything is okay.
Right.
And he did point out a few things like, this is worn, but it should last you another year.
Right.
And like this and that, but like you have a good couple of years left on it.
Yeah.
So I think those things, maybe Meineke would be like, oh, you need to repair this.
Yeah.
But really, it's not that urgent.
Right. Yeah. So.
Shop local. That's my conclusion.
Go to Uncle Fidel. Fid's Auto Smog and Tune. Alrighty. So spiders, rom-coms, Kardashians, Meineke, dentist, and Bud Light is better than Coors Light. Are we done, honey?
Can we go watch a rom-com?
Which one?
A Julia Roberts one.
Love Off the Grid. I'd be into Julia Roberts, but if it's an hour 45 or 2 hours, it's Love Off the Grid, man.
Okay, let's watch some reality TV.
All right, let's watch reality TV and yell at the TV, which is our specialty. Lennox has Franklin. It's a picture. It's a vibe, if you will. Alrighty. Well, that's the end of the program. It's been fun, but not really. Let's all try a little harder next time. Like, comment, subscribe, follow, review, and rate. Or don't. Do whatever you want. You're a grown-up. Make your own decisions. Do what's best for your family. Yes, Lennox. Do you have anything to say to the people? To Kathy Lewis and Kevin Jurin, Sandy Rice, Mike Faulkner?
I don't know.
All right. Please be sure to use our promo code at HelloFresh. We don't have a promo code for HelloFresh. Goodbye, my podcast friends. We hope you have a good day today and tomorrow. And sure, we may have said Meineke is a complete ripoff. Yes, you pointed to yourself?
No.
Oh, I'm
I
sorry.
did.
You did? What did you say?
I love you. My wife and I love you. My son and I love you.
I'm still a good person and we're still good people. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your time. I hope you have a wonderful day/night.
Oh, bye-bye.
Alrighty.